गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः Sitaya Pataye Namaha. We are in Adhyatma Ramayana, and here we were at the juncture where Lakshmanji gives instructions to Guha not to be miserable and trust and have faith in the words of Shri Ram, who has said that on my return journey I will come certainly to your place and allow you to take care of me and eat at your place or whatever. And now we see from the 27th verse we did. Now 28th verse we are at. Tato ramastu vaidehya lakshmanena samanvitaha bharadvajashramapadam गत्वा बहिरुपस्थितः तत्रैकं बटुकं दृष्ट्वा रामः प्राह च ये बटो रामो दाशरथी सीता लक्ष्मणाभ्यां समन्वितः आस्ते बहिर्वनस्थेति वनस्येति ह्युच्यतां मुनि सन्निधौ. Thereafter Ramchandraji along with Vaidehi, Sita and Lakshman arrived near the hermitage of Bharadwaj Rishi and stood outside it seeking a resident brahmachari, celibate, and who is a brahmachari? Who is a celibate, who is a pursuer of the Vedas and wants to eventually either join the Grahastha ashram or the Sannyas ashram. Both ways it is okay. But as a brahmachari, he is a seeker, he is a student. And Ramchandraji looked at him and said to him that, oh, Tatraikam Batukam Dhru. Batuka is that young boy, the brahmachari. Rama Praha Chahe Bato. He called him and told to him that go and tell that go Ramo Dasharati Sita Lakshmana Abhyam Samanvitaha, that Darsharat Nandan Ram along with Sita and Lakshman are outside waiting for entry and his darshan. See, in this way, now see the play of the young Kshatriya and a Brahmana. Tat shrutva sahasa gatva padayo patito munehe swamin rama samagatya vanad bahiravasthitaha sabharyad sanujah shriman ahamam deva sannibhaha bharadvajaya munaye nyapayasya yathochitam. Hearing these words, the brahmachari immediately he went to his teacher, sage Bharadwaj, touched his head at his feet and said, gave the message to him, O Lord, Shri Ram has come with his wife and younger brother and he is standing outside. And who is this Shri Ram? Shri Ram, who is revered and exalted as the gods, or who is as venerable as the gods, has asked me to convey the news of his arrival to you. Ditto, he says. He says the Shri Ram, who is so it was a prevalent understanding that Shri Ram, the eldest son of Dasharath, is God himself because of the characteristics, because of his nature, because of his qualities. And he felt very proud and he felt very blessed that Ramchandraji has selected him to has chosen him and selected him to pass the message to his teacher of his announcement. When we were in the ashram and studying for 2 years, when Swamiji used to ask us and give us some job, we used to feel very elated that Swamiji thought about us, that his attention is on us, that we are not whole day we are listening, he's talking, he's tired, we are also tired, etc. All that we are going on. But in spite of all that, he's still thinking about us, and out of so many students, he has asked me to do this particular job. A sense of, not that we are the chosen one, not in that manner, not out of I am better than others, but a feeling of blessing. So then what happened? Tat shrutva sahasotthaya bharadvajo munishwaraha गृहीत्वा ध्यं च पाद्यं च रामसामीप्यमाययौ दृष्ट्वा रामं यथान्यान्यं पूजयित्वा स लक्ष्मणम् आह मे पर्णशालां भो राम राजीवलोचन आगच्छ पादरजसा पुनीः रघुनन्दन इत्युक्तोट जमानीय Sita sah Raghavau. Hearing this, the great sage Bhardwaj is a great Muni, and he stood up instantly as if there was a fire under him, and taking some water, his kamandalu, and for oblations, for blessings and other offerings, flowers and etc., he came to Shri Ram. And then what did he? Grihit vargyam cha padyam cha Rama samipya mayayav. And seeing Shri Ram, he worshipped him because he knows he is a seer of past and future. He knows who Shri Ram is, and he is so elated and exalted that the Lord himself has come into his ashram seeking entry. And therefore, seeing Shri Ram, he worshipped him along with Lakshman in proper way, and welcoming him, he said, "O Shri Ram, O lotus-eyed one, društva Ramam yatha nyayam pujayitva sa Lakshmanam." Društva, having seen Ram, and also sa Lakshmanam, and also Lakshmana, who himself is the time. And what is the and whatever is the norms at that time, he did the oblations and offered the flowers, and then he says, "O Shri Ram, the lotus-eyed one, you have come. Please come into my kutia, into my hut, and purify my thatched hut with the dust of your feet, because by now the news of Ramchandraji touching the stone and turning the stone into Ahalya and giving her liberation, and not only that, he has killed Tarka and Dushan and thrown away Khar so far away and broken the bow. All this news has travelled far and wide. Everyone knows about Sri Ram now, and he feels very, very blessed that such a great person, none other than the Lord himself, is stepping into his ashram. Saying this, he took the two brothers along with Sita to his hut. Nowhere, straight to the hut, because that is where he stays. Bhaktya punah pujayitva chakaratithyamuttamam Adhyaham tapasah param gatosmi tava sangamat ज्ञातं राम तवोदन्तं भूतं चागामिकं च यत् अजानामि त्वां paraatmanam mayaya karyamanusham. Then he worshipped them with full devotion, systematically and formally welcoming them. So initially it was just washing their feet, giving water from his kamandalu to their feet, and then giving flowers. But now when he came into his hut, into his abode, he did a complete puja, because who will miss this opportunity when the Lord himself is by his choice coming to your place? And he says that, what does the sage say? Adhyaham tapasah param gatosmi tava sangamat. He says, O Lord, O Shri Ram, my penances, Adya, today, aham, I, tapasa param, all the penances have become param, have given fruit to me by your arrival here. How beautiful. And I have been rewarded by tava sangamat, by having your physical company in my kutia, in my ashram. Jnatam Rama tavodanta bhutam chagatmikam chayata. And O Shri Ram, I know all about your past and future. There you go. He's saying it. I know all about your past and future. I also know that you are the Supreme Lord himself personified, who has come to earth and have assumed a human form. Janami tvam paratmanam mayaya karyamanusham. So I know that you are the Paramatma itself, and by using your potentiality, by using your Maya, you have taken the Manusham Janma for doing a particular specific work of the gods, and we know that it is for the removal of paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. The Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he said that, and here same thing. He says, I know. Imagine right now in front of you Ramchandraji comes. Will you recognize him? We don't have the third eye. But if Ramchandraji comes and says, I am Ram, अच्छा कहाँ से आया? Whose son are you? Kausalya's Ram or some other person's Ram? Yadartham avatirnosi parthito brahmana pura yadartham vanavasaste yat karishyasi vai puraha janami jnana drushyaham jataya tvadupasanat itah param tvam kim vakshe kritarthoham raghuttama yastvam pashyami kakutstham purusham prakrute param ramastamabhivadyaha Sita Lakshmana Sanyutaha. The reason why you have manifested, revealed or incarnated in this human form as yourself, as the one who is sitting in front of me, is because of Lord Brahma's prayers in an earlier time. We remember all the gods, they went to Brahmaji that Ramchandraji, if he becomes the king, he will forget what he has come for. He'll start enjoying good life, live with Sita happily and merrily thereafter. And the earth will continue to suffer, and as a result all the gods will continue to suffer, because that Ravana is persecuting, killing, troubling all the rishis who do the Havan Home Yajna, and by which they send all the food to the gods, and that was their problem. And therefore, the reason why you have been sent to exile in the forest, and whatever you shall be doing in the future, sage Bhardwaj, he says, I know everything. I know all that by the virtue of transcendental vision, which I have acquired by the grace of your devotion and worship. See, he is himself, he is not saying, "Arey, tu kal ka chhora, tu mujhe kya batayega?" No, that is not the attitude. Huh? Of your devotion and worship. Oh, the best one in Raghu's clan, Shri Ram. What more can I tell you? I have been greatly honored and feel privileged that I am watching you in my ashram, in my kutia, in front of me. Oh, the son in the clan of Kukutstha, you are beyond nature and are the most exalted supreme soul, Purushottam, Purusham Prakrute Param. Then, along with Sita and Lakshman, Shri Ram bowed before the sage and said, now you see, what sage Bhardwaj is telling Shri Ram, that you are the greatest one, you are the infinite one, you are none other than the Paramatma yourself. Does anywhere Lord Ram say, no, don't joke please? He accepts. Today we did Dakshina Murti. Dakshina Murti also told us that you are the infinite, you are the Paramatma, you are the Ishvara. Did you accept? Or did you have doubt about your nature? ठीक है, one more text. इधर भी click नहीं हुआ यार. नहीं, you have to accept it. You have to be it. Ramchandra ji is not embarrassed. And the sage, who is such an elderly person in front of the 16, 17-year-old Ram, he is not thinking twice before addressing him as the Lord. See? This is the humility. And this is the strength of Sri Ram, that he knows that I am. That's it. And when did he come to know? You remember that in Yoga Vashishta. Before he went, he was taken away by Vishwamitra ji. He came to know himself. Anugrahiyas tvaya brahman vayam kshatriya bandhavaha iti sambhashyate nyonyam ushitva muni sannidhau. And here the sage Bhardwaj, who is a Brahmin, and Ramchandra ji is a Kshatriya, here he is not thinking he is young, how can I do his puja? He is not thinking he is a Kshatriya, I am a Brahmin, how can I do his puja? Nothing like that. When a great personality is in front of us, we must do what is appropriate. We must feel and show that appreciation. Ramchandra ji said to him when the sage spoke in this manner, singing the greatness of Sri Ram, Ramchandra ji said, Anugrahiya tvaya Brahman. It is your grace that you are speaking in such exalted manner about me. You are the wise one. And Brahman Vayam Kshatriya Bandhavaha. We are born in the Kshatriya clan, hence we are subject of your grace and kindness. Here you are giving me a status of greatness. No, you are of the nature, you are the greater. We must be falling at your feet. We must be asking for your grace and guidance, not the other way round. Iti sambhashyate nyonyam ushitva muni sannidhau. And having mutually, it is sambhashya. Sambhashya is mutual. Having mutually spoken nice words, great words, not out of superficiality, but from their heart to each other, of showing respect to each other, they stayed with the great sage in his hermitage. And where is this Bhardwaj ashram? It is near the Prayagraj. Then what happened next morning after they went to sleep? Prataruthaya yamunam uttirya munidarakaihi krutaplavena munina दृष्टमार्गेण राघवः प्रययौ चित्रकूटाद्रिं वाल्मीकेर्यत्र चाश्रमः गत्वा रामोऽथ वाल्मीकेः आश्रमं ऋषिसङ्कलं नानामृगाद्विजाकीर्णं नित्यपुष्पफलाकुलं तत्र दृष्ट्वा समासीनं वाल्मीकिं मुनिसत्तमम्. Waking up in the morning, Shri Ram boarded a big boat without a sail, like a boat with which he is able to cross the Ganga river, because to go towards Chitrakoot you have to cross the Gangaji to go across and walk towards. Now there is a bridge, but till the bridge was not there, people used to go by ferry and boat from old times onwards. And this canoe was constructed by the boys residing in the hermitage of sage of Bhardwaj, and used it to cross the river, not Gangaji, Yamunaji. He proceeded towards the Chitrakoot mountains as directed by sage Bhardwaj. Prayayau Chitrakootadrim Valmiki, and then what happened? Valmiki yatra chashramaha, and at Chitrakoot there was the Valmiki's ashram, and Gatva Ramotha Valmikehe ashramam Rishi Sankulam. At Chitrakoot, the great sage Valmiki hermitage was there, and when he reached the Valmiki's hermitage, which was full of other hermits and ascetics, Rishi Sankulam. Sankulam means gathering, and of whom? Of all great sages. See, these Mahatmas, they live so in tune with divinity, contemplating on it, that without any efforts they find themselves in the right place at the right time. And all these masters, all these great sages, where have they come? They have come to Rishi Valmiki. And who is coming there? Shri Ram is coming there. Who is Shri Ram? Purushottam Shri Ram, Dasharath Nandan Shri Ram, Kausalya Putra Shri Ram, Janaki Vallabha Shri Ram. Who is he? He is the Maryada Purushottam. He is the Purushottam. He is the ultimate Purusha. It is good to know that we are the Satchidanand Brahman in meditation, and everything is. But when you see the manifestation of that self, Sakshat, in front of your eyes, and you have got that opportunity, never miss it. Here Ramchandraji is coming, and all the sages want the darshan of Sakshat Bhagwan, Sakshat Ishvara in front of them in the flesh and blood, like they are. Satya Sai Baba was one like that. In fact, everyone is like that. All the saint sages are like that. But yet people bad mouth others. Not good. So if the Lord himself walked into our eyes, we won't recognize. He'll say, hey, get out from here. Because he can come as a beggar, he can come as an animal, he can come as a whoever he chooses. Tulsidas ji, he came as two young boys. He didn't recognize until Hanumanji helped him. Which was full of other hermits and ascetics. Then Nanamrugad Vijakirnam Nitya Pushpa Phalankulam. And that ashram of Valmiki, it was fully, not only all the hermits and sages and ascetics were there, but also everywhere there was beautiful fragrance, flowers were spread around everywhere, and the various animals and birds were chirping away fearlessly. The animals were moving around, living together, and all this, he says, various types of animals and birds formed its integral part, and which was always full of fruits and flowers. He saw that the most exalted sage was sitting there. It is a place of where unconditional love is available in abundance. In Madurai, one sage was there. I can't remember the name. He left his body only in year 2000 or 99 or something like that. He used to live in the jungles outside, forest outside the Madurai. Madurai is where Madura Meenakshi temple is there. And there, the snakes, the deers, the hen, the cows from the jungle, they'll all come and gather around him, and he'll be sitting there in meditation or reading or whatever. We saw in Changdev Pasashti, that Changdev Maharaj, who was 1400 years old, with him also, so all the animals used to come together. They forgot their animalistic nature, that he is my food, I must eat him. We forget. Those who have come with me to Sringeri, there we have met the Shankaracharya of Sringeri. And when you go there, the deers, the elephants, they're all moving around, and they want to be caressed, to be touched by Shankaracharya. They, just like we want his darshan, they also want his darshan. So it's not, it doesn't happen just because we have collected the animals in the house. Do you love them? In your presence, do they feel threatened? And Valmiki, who was, he was a dacoit and a murderer. He has turned himself into a great, transformed into a great sage, all by only taking the name of Shri Ram. And all these sins have been washed by the name of Shri Ram. Now, first time he is coming to see whose name he has been taking. Imagine that moment of that great sage. He has been chanting his name, and now Shri Ram is coming into his ashram. What would be going in his heart and mind? And his name, by the name of Shri Ram, all his negativity that was there in his mind has been completely washed away. He has become absolutely pure. Merely, and therefore we must chant the name. Vedanta is one side, but you must chant the name. Whenever you do your nididhyasana, whenever you sit for your meditation, don't sit for meditation. Instead, do nididhyasana. Contemplate like we did contemplation today. Let that contemplation lead you into abidance, into merging with the infinite, into recognition that you alone are, I alone am, Aham Brahmasmi. That contemplation should lead that. But what about other times when we are moving around in the world? To keep taking the name of the Lord. Keep taking the name of the Lord. Till continuous abidance is revealed. Nanama shirasa ramo lakshmanena cha sitaya drishtva ramam ramanatham valmikir loka sundaram janaki lakshmanopetam jata mukuta manditam Kandarpa sadrushankaram kamaniyambuje kshanam. Then Sri Ram, along with Lakshman and Sita ji, paid his respects, Shirasa, Nanama Shirasa. He went and prostrated in front of the great sage, and sage Valmiki's eyes fell on him, whose eyes were, and he saw the beauty of Sri Ram. Drishtva Ramam Ramanatham. Rama, he is recognizing Sita as as his Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi, and therefore he is saying that the sage Valmiki's eyes fell on him, whose eyes were as beautiful as a lotus flower, whose body contour was like that of a Cupid, the Kamdev Maharaj, who had a crown of matted hairs, who could enchant the three lokas with his beauty, and who was the lord of Lakshmi, Ramanatham, that Sri Ram, along with Sita and Lakshman, his eyes fell upon. Drishtva. Then what happened when he saw him? Drishtva sahasothasthau vismaya nimishe kshanaha alingya paramanandam Ramam harshashrulochanaha pujayitva jagat pujyam bhaktyarghyadibhiradrutaha falamulai samadhuraihi bhojayitva chalalitaha. The moment he saw, immediately the sage Valmiki stood up and eagerly stood up straight away. His eyes were blank with astonishment and disbelief. He says here what? What is the word? Vismaya animekshana. Nimishe. Nimisha is for a moment. For a moment he was awestruck. Vismaya. His mind stopped thinking. What to do? I don't because something that he has been waiting for such a long time is right now in front of him. Alingya Paramanandam Ramam Harsha Ashrulochanaha. And seeing him with this out of the ordinary event, this disbelief, this teardrops came to his eyes, were filled with tears of exhilaration and delight. And then Alingya, and he embraced, he gave a hug to Sri Ram. And who is this Sri Ram? He knows. He is the Ramanatham. He is the husband of Mahalakshmi, Narayana himself, who is of the nature of Paramanandam. You are in the embrace of the infinite bliss on earth. What more do you want in life? Such moments, wherever we get, we must grab, rather than go around judging the world and dividing it into good and bad, beautiful and not beautiful, worthy or not worthy, man or woman, rich or poor. No, have the vision where you see the world as a manifestation of that divine. That's what we are studying in Dakshinamurti. And wherever these special moments of that divinity appearing in form, in flesh and blood in front of you happens, embrace. See? And who are these embodiments? They are the saints and sages. It's not that every saint and sage says, stay away from me, don't touch me. Many of them hug. Many of them allow you to touch their feet. Many of them look at you. There are many who only look at their feet. But there are others, because a saint and a sage is a sadhu. Sadhu is who has only paropkar for you, only goodness he can think only about your good. Who can think only good for everyone? He who has recognized everything is that divine, is the manifestation of the divine. And thereafter, पूजयित्वा जगत्पूज्यं भक्त्यार्घ्यादिभिरादृतः. Then he whatever means he had and whatever is the requirement, he did the worship of of Lord Shri Ram, who is worshipped by the whole world with full devotion and dedication by offering his oblations, etc. Offered him phalamulai samadhuraihi bhojayitva chalalitaha. And he offered him sweet fruits and roots and refreshments, because in the jungle there is no cooked food. They used to live on these natural tubers and fruits and etc. And in this way he showed chalalitaha. Lalita is he showed his affection and love to the Lord himself, and this way he welcomed him into his ashram. Any guest who comes to our house, any guest, don't prejudge. आ गया सर खाने के लिए. If that predisposition is there, you are not even going to. No, when you see the person, you should jump up. And take him as the manifestation of the divine. Atithi is divine. Atithi devo bhava. Raghava pranjali praha valmikim vinayanvitaha piturajñam puraskritya dandaka vayam bhavanto yadi jananti kim vakshamotra karanam yatra me sukhavasaya bhavet sthanam vadasvatata. Then Shri Ram, Raghava Pranjali Praha. Then Raghav, that is Shri Ram, most politely said to sage Valmiki with folded hand, Pranjali Praha. Pranjali is the two palms putting together. Praha. Valmiki Vinayanvita. He, with gratefulness, he put his arm together in front of Valmiki. He said, Piturajñam puraskritya dandakanagata vayam. That we are following the dictate of our father, we are obeying the father, and have therefore come to the Dandakaranya forest. Bhavanto yadi jananti kim vakshamotra karanam. You know everything. See what Ramchandraji is telling. You think Ramchandraji doesn't know who Valmiki is? Just like Ramchandraji's glory has spread far and wide, all the sages' glory also has spread far and wide. Valmiki's glory also has spread far and wide. So Ramchandraji says, you know everything. What reason should we give you for it now? So he doesn't want to go into the storytelling that Manthara did this, Kaikai did this, and the Kop Bhavan was there, and then the father died, and he says, I am not going to, you know everything. There is no need to recount the story. When people ask about your past, you tell the same, or give them some other story. Never tell about your past. The more you talk about your past, the more you are fixated, identified with this body. Lesser the past, lesser the body identification. The whole ego, there is nothing called ego. But ego is there. Total past is equal to the ego. Lesser the past, lesser the ego. No past, no ego. कर लो बात आ गया. And what are we doing? Only enhancing our ego. I did this, I did that, I was there, I was this, I was when I was child, I was. No end of it. How deftly Ramchandra ji side doesn't give, doesn't want to remember, doesn't want to talk about what has happened. And therefore he says, what reason should we give you for it? You know everything. Now please show me a place where I can stay peacefully and comfortably in the forest. So Bharadwaj Muni has directed him to go to Chitrakoot. In Chitrakoot he is meeting Valmiki Rishi. Valmiki Rishi is the first poet, the Adi Kavi, who has written the first poetry. That poetry is Valmiki Ramayana. Now 13 years he's going to stay in 13 years he's going to stay in Chitrakoot. Who? Ramchandra ji, Sita ji and Lakshman ji. And Valmiki ji is also not going to be far away from them. They will be meeting many times. First hand account is written by Valmiki ji, Sage Valmiki. Sitaya sahita kalam किंचित तत्र नयाम्यहम इत्युक्तो राघवेणासौ मुनि सस्मित मब्रवीत् त्वमेव सर्वलोकानां निवासस्थानमुत्तमं तवापि सर्वभूतानि निवाससदनानि हि. At the place directed by you, I shall spend some time living with Sita. When Shri Ram, Raghav, Ityukto Raghavena Sau Muni Sasmita Abravit. When he asked in this, the sage smiled and said, why the sage smiled, you can think, you can imagine why he smiled. Ram, who knows everything, who is Narayana himself, Valmiki ji is saying, he is just pleasing me by asking me and taking my guidance. Therefore he smiled. That the all-knowing reality is asking him, where should I go and spend my next 13 years? Or the rest of the years. Right now Ramchandra doesn't know that the 14th year is going to be turning out the way it is going to be turning out. And the sage smiled. He says, Tvameva sarva lokanam nevasasthanam uttamam. He says, oh Shri Ram, you are the only and the best place for all creatures to reside, and you are asking me where I should reside. See? All creatures in the creation are looking to become one with you. Why they are only looking? They are living in you. You are the upadan and nimitta karan of everyone and everything. They reside in you, and you are asking me where I should reside. While at the same time, they are your abode. So not only they live in you, they are living in you, you are also living in them as their soul, as their Atma, as the life in them. That is and in this way, Tavapi sarva bhutani nevasasadanani hi. Sarvapi sarva bhutani. Tavapi, you are pervading the whole universe, and the whole universe is in you. Just like the all in one and one in all. You are that. You are the self of all. They don't have any independent, the whole creation, all beings in the creation, they do not have an independent existence apart from you, O Sri Ram. They reside in you, they are located in you, and you are located in them as their Atma. Evam sadharanam sthanam uktam te raghunandana Sitaya sahitasyeti vishesham pruchhatastava tadvakshami raghushreshtha yatte niyatamandiram shantanam samadrushtinam adveshtrunam cha jantushu tvameva bhajatam nityam hridayam te dhimandiram. O Raghunandan Shri Ram, this is the general place, that is where you can do reside. Which is this place? This Chitrakoot area. Chitrakoot is a big area. If you go, some of you have come with me to Chitrakoot. It is along the river Mandakini. It's along. You can go all the way from the beginning of the Chitrakoot area all the way to the Anusuya ashram, all that area, few kilometers, all along the banks of the Mandakini river is the Chitrakoot area. So he is saying that this whole area is called the Chitrakoot, but since you can live anywhere, but because you have asked me for a place where you can stay with Sita, so O great one of the Raghu clan, I shall now list those specific places where you can live. Tadvakshami Raghushreshtha yatte niyatamandiram shantanam samadrushtinam adveshtrunam cha jantushu. And he says, this place, O Lord, O Ram, you who are tranquil, at peace of mind, of continuously a sakshi of everything, you are of a balanced mind, and your attitude towards all is that of uniformity, and you are without any adveshtrunam. You don't have hatred or dislike towards anything. Therefore, you have your heart and mind are free of malice, free of ill will, free of hatred and dislike, and such a person with all these qualities, when they worship and remember you day and night constantly, his heart is the main chief place where you reside. It is your temple. So your true temple, here the word used is mandiram. Tvameva bhajatam nityam hridayam te dhi mandiram. Your true abode is in the heart of those people who are singing your glory, tvameva, those who are singing, taking your name, singing your glory, when nityam, where in their heart. That is the place that you should go and abide. You should make your ashram. And all the adjectives were given where before in the previous line, that a place, a person who is calm, who is sama, who is samadrushtinam, and adveshtrunam. All the beings who are calm, quiet, equanimous, and in their heart there is absence of dvesh, raga dvesh, and in their heart, and who are positively speaking, those who are singing your glory continuously, taking your name continuously, thinking about you continuously, wanting to merge in you continuously, in such hearts that is the place of your abode. Dharma dharman parityajya tvameva bhajato nisham Sitaya sahate Rama tasya hrit sukhamandiram tvan mantra japako yastu tvameva sharanam gataha nirdvandvo nispruhastasya hridayam te sumandiram. Where else you can live? He is not giving him a hut to live. Ramchandraji has asked for a hut, a place, a location. He didn't say hut. He said, tell me where I should go and spend my time for the next few years. So he is telling, he who is not obsessed with dharma and adharma, meaning he who is doing the noble deeds and not doing any ignoble deeds, and instead, what is it? Bhajato anisham, bhajataha anisham, and is continuously, I have to do this, it is my duty to take care of this, I have my duty of my children, I have the duty of my parents, I have the duty of the society, I have to teach the scriptures, I have to teach the I have to what? I have to spread the knowledge of our Sanatan Dharma to the next generation. These self-proclaimed social workers, instead, what is here? It is not told that you have to do anything like that. If it is happening naturally, good. But rest of the time, what do? Lecture for 1 hour and 23 hours, what do you do? There he says, bhajataha anisham, continuously is remembering you, adoring you, worshipping you, contemplating on you. You go and live there. Sita ya sahate rama tasya hrit sukhamandiram. And he says, oh, remembers you, O Shri Ram, you should reside in his heart like temple most joyfully and comfortably along with Mother Sita. That is the mandir, that is the temple. Such pure hearts are the temples where you should go and place yourself and locate yourself. Twan mantra japa koyastu twameva sharanam gataha. And another place where you can go and stay. One who reverentially repeats your holy name, Ram, Ram, Ram. He who continuously, with reverence, love, joy, is taking your name, who takes shelter only at your feet and at nobody else. For this particular statement here, Tvameva Sharanam Gataha. You read that in Quest of God, Papa Ramdas. I sent you the booklet online. Otherwise, let me know. I'll send you the booklet on your WhatsApp. What does it mean to live at the mercy of Ram? That Papa Ramdas, his ashram is in Kanjangad, where Ram Nam is, for years, decades, the Ram Nam is going on. So one who reverentially repeats your holy name, Shri Ram, who takes shelter at your holy feet and without any confusion or doubt or shortcomings or any dilemmas of any kind, as well as does not have any worldly attachments, attractions of any manner whatsoever. The heart of such a person is your beautiful temple, residence and abode. If that is the case, let's make our heart and mind a worthy abode for the Shri Ram to come and sit, to come and dwell along with Sita ji. Here are the qualities that are told. What you need to cultivate and what you need to remove. If you cultivate what has to be removed, then only dukkham will come. But if you cultivate what is required to be cultivated, then Ramchandraji will come. Dakshinamurti will come. Reveal. They will come means they reveal. Lord comes into our heart not because we took His name. He comes by His grace. When He sees that we have become 100% available, there is no sense of arrogance or ego in your heart and mind, then He comes and presents Himself, reveals Himself. From a Vedantic language, the self reveals also under the same conditions. Nirahankarina shanta ye raga dvesha varjitaha samaloštashma kanakaha tesham te hridayam gruham tvayi datta mano buddhihi ya santushta sada bhavet tvayi santyakta karmaryah tanmanaste shubham gruham. He who is devoid of any kind of pride, ego, haughtiness, arrogance, is tranquil, peaceful, is without any sort of attachment, desire, infatuation, etc., or ill will towards anyone, and treats a dead pinda, a stone and a piece of gold equally, the heart of such a person is your residence. Meaning, every object in this creation is considered as divine, whether it is inert object or it is sentient object. Then you will not kill the mosquito. Then you will not walk over the ants which have come on your way. Then you will not put rat poison to kill the rats. Then what you will bring a cat. It will eat the rats. It's natural food. So we have to remove that is not conducive for the divinity to reveal, and we have to cultivate that which is conducive for the Lord to reveal Himself. When we cultivate the good values as enumerated here, the negative ones, they automatically start receding. And here when it says and treats a dead pinda, pinda is actually the pinda which is given to the pitaras when we do shraddha. Pinda also means a form. Pinda also means this body. Body is also called a pinda. A dead body is called a pinda. Therefore, we should do pindadan. So, we are not for the living and against the dead. We respect and revere everyone. So, the value of the inert and the sentient, that which has life in it, is the same. What is that same? Same does not mean, Acha, the inert is also sentient. No. Acha, then the sentient is inert. No. Then what is the commonality? Everything is divine. That is the distinctless attitude towards everything. Then Tvayi datta mano buddhihi ya santushta sada bhavet Tvayi santyatta karma yaha tan manaste shubham gruham. He who concentrates his mind and intellect, Tvayi datta mano buddhihi ya santushta. So he who concentrates ekagra, the mind and intellect on you, O Ram, and remains ever satisfied, ever contented. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. He who not only just chants this, but lives in his life, remembering that wherever I am, this is the place I am meant to be. Whatever is coming to me is what is meant to meant to come. What is not meant to come is not meant to come. He's not fighting. He's not living a fully desire oriented life. And therefore he is content. Therefore he is satisfied. Wherever Lord has placed me, under the circumstances that He has placed me, with the people that He has placed me, with the health or disease that He has placed me, in the land that He has placed me, in the time that He has placed me, I'm content, because Lord knows what is best for me. Lord knows what He wants to get done from me. Then who am I? I am nobody. I am only sevakacha charachara. I am only the servant of the living and the non-living. I see everything as the divine manifestation. And such a person offers all his deed and their results to you. He doesn't pray you, he doesn't serve the charachara. He doesn't serve you, he doesn't take the name of yours to get something from you, to satisfy his desires. He is doing it because it is the right thing. It gives him joy. And if every action will have a result. You are taking his name, so result will be there. That result also he offers it to you, saying that it is your wish, nothing is mine. And such a person, whatever he gets, he distributes, he shares with the whole world. Saints and sages, they got the knowledge, they were graced by the revelation of the self and the Lord, and their life changed. Whole life is only they are spreading the glory of the Lord to whoever comes to them. They share the scriptures to anyone who comes to them. They don't go converting, but they are unstoppable because they have been touched. They have been touched by divinity. Transformation has happened. Revelation has taken place. Now the vision cannot be as before. Such a person's mind and heart is your auspicious abode, O Lord. How beautiful. Yo na dveshtya priyam prapya na hrushyati sarvam mayeti nishchitya tvam bhajet tanmano gruham षड्भावादि विकारान्यो देहे पश्यति नात्मनि क्षुत्रुट सुखम भयम दुःखम प्राणबुद्ध्योर निरीक्षते संसार धर्मैर्निर्मुक्तः tasya te manasam gruham. He who does not have another place of where you can go and dwell, O Lord, he who does not have any kind of malice, ill will and hatred, never gets agitated or hateful, even when subjected to unfavorable circumstances and unpleasantness, and neither does he get thrilled, happily excited or delighted on receiving anything pleasant or having a favorable circumstance, and having decided that all the worldly events, happenings are mere illusions. So on before it was told everything is the Lord, now another way. He is considering, he is talking about the Vedantic fellow, Vedantic seeker. Everything is illusion, everything is the manifestation of Maya, and therefore he constantly knows that the whole world is only changing, no point in pursuing the world, and if I get caught up in the world, I will forget the Lord. So he continuously worships and remembers you, O Lord. That heart and mind of such a person is a worthy abode of for your residence. Continuing, he who sees the six faults in this gross body but not in the eternal pure soul, who regards hunger. What are the six faults? The Shad Urmis. At the body level, heat and cold. At the breath level, hunger and thirst. At the mind level, it is Raga Dvesh and and fears, etc. And these he who regards these Shad Urmis, these six faults in the body, as defects and defects of the vital winds and mind intellect complex, and who is detached from the various aspects of the behavioral world, the mind and intellect of such a person is your own abode. Who is not thinking that they brought me a present, I have to give a present. He doesn't think that if I have to go somewhere, I have to do this, I have to do that. All the norms of the society do not affect him. Because what is his vision? That of equanimity. Is it true for you and me right now? No, because we see the differences. We hear that the world is an illusion. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagri. But after that, what is for dinner? Immediately we shift the whole. Yes, we were understanding, but when living, it's totally contrary to what we understood. But Swamiji, is it not that we have to eat to survive? Then your attention is not on the divinity. Your urgency is not for realization. Your urgency is to fill up your tummy. Do that and accept it. It's okay. Then how do I remember? Brahma arpanam brahma ve brahmagnav brahmanautam brahmaiva dena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. Offer the eating of the food to the Lord. Change your vision there. Life has placed you there. It is a natural urge. You cannot do anything. Convert the whole experience into divinity, divine experience, by chanting that mantra with understanding. We talked about the Shad Urmis here. The six faults of the body are power, authority. So, power, birth, increase in shape and size, change, decay, and destruction. In other words, birth, growth, disease, decay, and death. These are the what the body goes through. These are the faults of the body. You cannot stop it. You did not take birth because of your own choice. You are not growing because of your choice. Birth, growth. You do not get disease by your own choice. Disease, birth, growth, disease, decay. The body does not decay because of your own choice. And death also doesn't come by our own choice. So then, if nothing is happening by my choice, then what do? I have a choice. Take Ram Naam, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, and mast ho jao. little bit, 2-3 verses we'll still do, so the thought is concluded. Pashyanti te sarvagruhashayastham tvam chidghanam satyamanantamekam alepakam sarvagatam varenyam tesham hrudabje sahasitayavasa. He who sees the Supreme Being represented by you, who are enlightened and eternally blissful, a personification, embodiment of truth, eternal, without an end or a beginning, the one and the only one, are faultless. They see you as the one and the only one. They see you as faultless. They see you as untarnished, meaning you can do no wrong in your life, and as well as unattached and dispassionate, that you are unattached to everything, you are having vairagya towards everything, and at the same time those who see you as the all-pervading omnipresent reality are and worthy of adoration and worship, and therefore adore you, worship you, sing your glory, etc., as being present in the soul of all the creatures, that you are the life which is expressing as the Atma of all the creatures. O Shri Ram, you should make residence in their lotus-like hearts along with Sita. So this is not all these statements that we saw before, where Sage Valmikiji is telling Ramchandraji to go and make a home. That is his greatness. But what we have to learn from here, that we have to make our hearts of this manner, so that the Ramchandraji can come and take abode here. Continuing, he says, Nirantarabhyasa drudhikrutatmanam tvatpada seva parinishtitanam tvannama kirtya hatakalmashanam Sita sametasya gruham hrudabje. He whose mind and intellect have become stable by constant practice, nirantara abhyasa, continuous practice. Continuous practice of what? Continuous practice of what all we have just read, the various qualities of a person or the heart and mind where Ramchandraji can make his abode. Develop those qualities. And how do you do it? By taking the name. Nirantarabhyas. So drudhi kritatmanam, who involves himself in the service of your feet. On one hand is continuous remembrance of the self or the Lord in your heart, Nirantarabhyas. At the same time, Tvat pada seva aparinishthitanam, and continuously serving your feet. Where are his feet? His feet are everywhere. Serve the whole world. सबको पकड़ पकड़ के उनके पैर मत धोना. Wherever life has placed you, there is always something to be done. And you will, knowingly or unknowingly, some activity will emerge out of you. You will be prompted to do something. You do it as a seva of whatever it is. A simple thing like putting chappals outside the temple. Do the seva. Go to see the gurdwaras. They do all seva there. Some people are rolling out the chapatis, some are making bhaji and cutting vegetables. Yet others, they feel that they have to wash the feet of all the devotees who are coming to the gurdwara. Yet others feel that the chappals which are left here and there, they will stop you. They will take their chappals out of your feet without feeling low, with great respect and reverence, and then put it in the shelf. Then bring the water, wash your feet, and then show you the way to the Gurdwara. This is just one. A mother serves the child, a newborn child, and as that child grows up, she still keeps serving. But that's out of attachment. wherever life has placed us, we must not say, I don't want to do this, I want to do that. No, wherever it is, you have to do it. Do it with full inspiration that you are serving the Lord Himself. And only by by the karma tvat pada seva parinishthithanam, then by doing this, what will happen? All the sin, when you do service, purification happens. Purification is happening. Nirantar abhyas and dudha krutatmananam, nirantar abhyas of remembering the Ram or remembering the Atma, that is going on. So purified mind is instead of going here and there, it is being made focused on the Ram Nam or on the self. Krutatmanam, and all the seva that you are doing it as a privilege. And knowing that everything is taking place only by His will, not by our doing. In such hearts, please make your and Sita ji's residence. And then, now this is the concluding part. Why did he say all this? He did not read any book. Maybe he has read it afterwards. But he is saying, sage Valmiki is saying, Ramatvan nama mahima varnyate kena va katham yat prabhavadaham rama brahmarshi tvam avaptavan aham pura kirateshu kiratai sahavardhitaha janma matra dijvatvam me शूद्राचाररतः सदा. O Shri Ram, Tvan Nama Mahima Varnayate Kena Va Katham. By what to talk about your Ram Nam Mahima? What to talk about the greatness of your name? By the potential that is there hidden in your name, I have achieved the stature of Brahma Rishi. Yat Prabhavadaham Rama Brahmarshi Tvam Avaptavan. I have become a Brahma Rishi merely chanting your Ram Nam, your name. He is not feeling shy. He is not feeling low. He is a Brahma Rishi. Brahma Rishi means who is established in the truth. He is not thinking twice to sing the glory of a 16-year-old who is standing in front of him. And he's saying it out of his own experience. Till now he has never met Ram. First time he is meeting Ram. Aham pura kirateshu kiratai sahavarditaha. And he says that, where are we? Brahma Rishi. How can anyone describe the glory and fame of that divine name? In earlier time, I lived and was brought up among the Kirats. I was a tribal. My activities and behavior were like Shudras. My higher class was confined only to my birth because I was born a Brahmin. But I was behaving so I was by birth I was a Brahmin, but by behavior I was a tribal. Who is a tribal or a Shudra? Uncultured. Uncultured. Not because you are wearing big rings in your nose and you are having no clothes and only wearing a grass skirt, you have become a tribal. No. Tribal people also, cultured people are there in there. They also have certain norms. You go to Aboriginal elders are there. But here he is talking about uncultured people, and as a child he found himself in their midst, and therefore he learned their ways of survival. Now, From here he starts telling his story. We'll look at his personal story he is telling Sri Ram. People have heard, but see, realized master never tell their past, isn't it? You keep hearing from us. Scriptures also say don't talk about your past. Total past is equal to ego. What is Valmikiji telling? Only about his past. Why is he telling? What are we going to gain out of his story? We'll see that in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, जमुना महारानी की जय, आज के आनंद की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ, जय जय श्री गुरुदेव दत्त।